We are live! Hi, Facebook. Hi, Live Me. Hi, YouTube. We are live. It's Rich and Rick. How you doing today, Rick?
Great, Rich, and yourself?
Oh, I am doing fantastic, my friend. We are having a great day here. I hear you got some big news. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we got a lot of great things happening. We're waiting for our 10K to come out, which came out yesterday. So our annual report is done. We're fully reporting and fully compliant. And now we're ready to start really pushing our business plan. This week, the Pet Pain Away is being relaunched, so people can check out petpainaway.com. There's a new infomercial out that's going to go national. So anyone watching in the U.S. is going to start seeing these Pet Pain Away commercials. And I've said this before in our last interview, Pet Pain Away is absolutely unique. There's nothing on the market over the counter for dog and cat pain. Everything is prescription, everything has side effects. Pet Pain Away is an all natural, chicken flavored oral gel that works. You take an old dog or a cat and you give them Pet Pain Away and they're running around like a puppy or a kitten.
Wow, that's huge. So tell me more.
So that's just the pet market. Now, Nyloxin, we're getting ready to relaunch the Nyloxin website. Nyloxin is our product for humans, over-the-counter pain drug. In our last animal model with Nyloxin, we outperformed morphine. We lasted 4 to 6 hours longer than morphine.
Wow.
And we were 600 times more potent than morphine on a molecular basis. The product is all natural. There's really no side effects associated with it that we normally see with over-the-counter pain drugs. We want to replace opiates in the marketplace with our over-the-counter products, Nyloxin, Nyloxin Extra Strength.
So you want to replace it, and you think that that's even a possibility?
I think our worst case scenario is we'll greatly reduce someone's need for an opiate-based drug because it's so potent and it is synergistic. So you can use naloxone with any other pain medication because the mechanism of action is so wildly different. It actually makes every other pain medication more potent. So I think our worst case scenario is we greatly reduce people's need for other pain medication. But for the most part, we're going to get people off of everything else, and naloxone is going to be the drug of choice.
Great. Now, how do you think the markets right now are reacting today? Seems like the markets are having a really tough day today. What do you think?
Well, yeah, before the market, Goldman Sachs came out with some warning about the global markets. There's some snap vote in Britain that wasn't supposed to take place until the year 2020, and they decided they're going to do it right now. So Britain, between Brexit and all this new stuff, is really just screwing up the global marketplace. No one knows what to do. And the biggest issue is what they call political unrest. What's going on in Korea, in Turkey, in Afghanistan, in Syria, and no one can predict Donald Trump. And so, so everyone's they're a little scared, and some people are just hiding their money to see what happens.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy because yesterday we were talking on the show live, and the market was heavily in the green. Everything was in the green. And I know since you guys were on the show, it's been pretty staggering. NPHC has been climbing up 4 days in a row. Yesterday was a very big day for your company. I know that Thursday of last week was a very big day for your company. You guys have been slowly and steadily progressing and growing, and the market has been responding very, very well. So I'm very excited about that. Today as a whole, the market has been retracting, and I think NPHC, last time I looked, is also retracting a little bit today. But what do you think the future holds for the stock, for any investors that are interested in learning a little bit more about your company and where you guys are going?
Well, I said this on our last call. We're still dealing with convertible debt. We still have a few notes out there that are converting and selling. And because they're converting at a discount and selling, they don't have a lot of interest in getting the stock price up. They're simply going to sell. And we're almost done. I think in the next few weeks, we'll be through this tranche of convertible debt.
That's what I'm talking about, Rick. That's what I'm talking about. Get rid of that debt, my friend. Because, I've been in the industry for about 11 years. And the number one killer of public companies, that especially under a penny, is these toxic conversions. that are happening consistently. Because a lot of times these guys that are putting these debt spirals on these public companies, they don't even care about your product, they don't care about your company, they don't care about your business. They're just focused on making money because they're converting at a major discount. That's the game that they're in. And they don't care how much they beat up your stock. They don't care how much they hurt your stock. They don't care what your price is, like you just said. But for shareholders and investors and people within our community, that's all we care about is your stock price, is your company, is your product. So I really believe that, yes, they're a necessary medium in the industry because for small companies like yourselves, they're kind of the only guys to go to in town when you need funding. Is that
And
correct?
it's even worse than you said. It's not that they don't care. They actually like the fact that the stock is low and undervalued because they become the only choice for funding. And so you have
That's
to
right.
keep going back to the well. And it's a lot, I almost hate to say it, it's a lot like, the guy that sells drugs in the elementary school. They get them hooked on that, and then they keep coming back for more. So once you have that toxic that debt, they become the only choice for funding for the company. Now, we're a little different because we actually produce revenues. Pet pain away sales are starting to go up. Nyloxin sales are starting to go up. And if we do nothing else but start selling through our existing inventory, we'll be able to pay the bills without taking more convertible debt. And
Very
that's
good.
really the point. I do believe in the next 3 to 4 months, we'll be cash flow positive, and that should sustain the company.
That's very good news. Now, you mentioned a little bit about you are generating revenue. Can you touch on those revenues a little bit? Can you kind of explain a little bit of the revenue model and how it could potentially grow and what the forecasts are over the next year, 3 to 5 years, just to give us an idea of what we potentially would be investing in if we were to want to buy your stock?
Yeah, I'm the first one to say that performance are exactly that. They're in many cases fantasy, but we've been up and down. Our initial product was launched in 2009, and we were in 35,000 stores, and it was really an exciting time for the company. But we got completely destroyed by our distributor. Our distributor didn't do what they were supposed to do, and the product eventually got pulled off the shelves. So we're trying to keep things a lot tighter, a lot closer to us with much more control. And so, like I said, we licensed Pet Pain Away out to an infomercial company, a direct sales company. They're doing a whole relaunch this week and next week. And they do have the ability to earn exclusivity if they hit certain sales milestones. They expect to do that. If they do that, if they do nothing more than hit the minimum sales necessary to maintain exclusivity, that'll be more than enough to pay all of our bills. And we're cash flow positive with that one deal.
Wow.
And that will be certainly more than $100,000 a month to Nutra Pharma
Very good.
in net
Very good.
sales. Um, Additionally, with with Nyloxin, we're looking at U.S. sales, redoing the website, really bringing in sales, really doing SEO work and doing things online, with the eventual goal of the next 6 months to do a direct marketing campaign, infomercials and TV. And then the next part of that is get into the stores, CVS, Walgreens, Publix, all the stores that we were originally on with our product in 2009. And like I said, the market loved the fact that we were in the stores. But we need to build a desire for the product in the general marketplace before we roll into the stores. The next planogram is September, and we still have a chance to make the September planogram. If my marketing curve goes to the end of the summer, then we're looking at next March. So either September this year or March of next year, our goal is to have Nyloxin in all the stores.
Wow.
And of course, once that happens, then we can really see a spike in revenue. Besides that, we have already completed registrations in India. We have a site license in Canada now. We're completing registration in Canada to sell on the ground there. And we have distributors in Mexico, Spain, Israel, and we just signed a new distributor agreement for Asia, as all the Asian countries. We're
Wow.
working in the Philippines, Thailand, China. We already have CPAM approval in China. So we really expect to see an exponential leap in international sales over the next 12 to 18 months.
Wow, that's exciting. You're talking about exponential growth throughout the entire globe. That's exciting. Asia's an incredibly large market to penetrate. I mean, if you guys can be a major player in that market, I mean, it's that's a game changer. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and I mentioned this on the last show. I think India could potentially be our biggest market anywhere for a variety of reasons, and we're already registered there. We can already sell in India. We just need the right distributors over there. When it comes to the other countries, we have to go through the registration process, and every country is different. For example, Malaysia is going to take a year because that's how long it takes to get into Malaysia. It always takes a year. But Canada takes about 6 months, and we're already well on our way. South Africa will take about 6 or 7 months. And so as we get registered country to country and we have dedicated distributors in those countries, we should see immediate sales.
That's exciting. Now, let's say somebody's at home and they really like your company and they want to make an investment. Would it make more sense for them to buy the stock in the open market? Or would you suggest that they contact you directly so that they can do a private placement and do some type of a subscription?
Yeah, we're not doing private placements at these levels for a variety of reasons. One, we know that the stock is undervalued, and we certainly don't want to sell a bunch of stock at these levels. But also, as I said, we still have convertible debt out there. A lot of these notes have ratchet provisions where if we sell the stock at these levels, they get to lock in at these levels. And we'd like to avoid that. I would say buy in the open market, start sucking up the float. That's good for everybody. The more true believers out there that are buying our stock in the open market, the more the price is going to go up, and that's going to benefit all shareholders as a rising tide lifts all ships.
Absolutely. And you said that you're almost out of your toxic debt. So once that is removed, how much debt will the company still have on the books? Will it be zero?
No. We're out of the current converters. We still have some. We still have another about $500,000 in convertible debt, but the next conversions can't take place till June. And our goal is between now and June to have sales cash to bring in additional money that will pay off those notes prior to conversion, and that's the plan. So we have another, say, $500,000 in true convertible debt that goes up to June and past June. And then we have another total debt on the books that's outside debt of about $800,000. And it's the books, it's a little bit of an illusion because a lot of the debt on the books is insider debt. The company owes me money. The company owes some of our directors money. So when someone sees a full debt of, say, $3 million, it's not real debt that the company is concerned about. The only thing that we're really concerned about right now is the convertible debt because that has a direct effect on the stock price.
And how quickly are you able to remove this debt? I've seen companies be able to remove like sometimes 500,000 in a month. How much debt have you guys been able to remove? Like when you guys are saying you're removing debt, how quickly are you able to remove that, let's say $500,000 in debt? Let's just say June hits now and they start to convert. Is that something that will take a month? Is that something that will take a year? Based on, how the company's been trading and its trading history, how long do you think it'll take to remove all of that debt?
Well, yeah, so the June conversions is only about $200,000 for June. And I tell you, this last stock was about 150,000, and they got through it in about 4 to 5 weeks because we do trade. We're not a thinly traded stock. We trade millions of shares a day. People like our stock. We have true shareholders, long-term shareholders that really believe that the stock price here under a penny is a bargain, and it's time to load up on the stock. And they're right. Get as much stock as you can. I never sold a single share of Nutra Pharma stock. While it's down to these levels, I'm a converter. I'd rather convert debt that's owed to me into stock than anything else and try to have as much of the company as possible. And I think a lot of people realize that about me and about our directors. We know that the future is even greater than just what I've talked about with the OTC products. We have 21 patents. We have drugs for multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, HIV, herpes, adrenal myeloneuropathy. As we get bigger and bigger, as we're able to pay our bills, become cash flow positive, we're going to move into all these drug applications. And that's going to be huge for the company, even over the next 12 to 18 months.
Absolutely.
So people realize that.
Absolutely. I think that debt is something that almost every company has. That's nothing new. We see it every single day. And if you're able to remove 150,000 every 6 weeks, then it probably would take you about at that pace 6 months to eliminate the other 500,000. And then maybe you said there's another 800,000 and that's all mostly insider debt. So based on that, we're saying, maybe in the next 6 months, by the end of this year, you guys potentially could be debt free.
Yeah, and then what I was doing as an example was just talking about conversions. Our goal with the June conversions is to not allow them to happen, to buy off that debt before they can convert, which is a lot cheaper for the company than an actual conversion.
Of
When they
course.
do the conversion, they get a discount to market, but not just a discount to market, a discount to a look back. So even if they get a 40% discount, it really calculates to a 50 to 60% discount to the current trading. And so that's much more expensive for the company than just being able to raise new funds and pay them, or better yet, increase sales and pay them out of revenue, which is exactly what we're trying to do.
Yeah, and that's like we talked about is you want to be able to eliminate that debt because if your stock's at a penny and they're converting at half a penny, obviously they don't care if they knock it down to 006, 007, 008 because they're still making a spread. And this is what I
Right.
talk to you guys about all the time. Be very careful when you're buying penny stocks because a lot of these companies have a lot of toxic debt. Now, one of the things you can do, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with this, I don't know if you are, but are you aware that you can actually retire some of your own debt for convertible preferred shares, which you can then put on your balance sheet as an asset? Were you familiar with that?
We're looking into that. We've never issued a preferred class of stock in Nutra Pharma.
Okay.
We authorized 20 million preferred shares in 2015, but have not yet used them. So it's something we're looking at as a new strategy for the company. But in the history of Nutra Pharma, we've never issued a preferred class of stock.
Well, just hear me out. Understand the power of this because this is what we do here at Rich TV Live is we educate public and private companies. We've been doing this for a long time. So if you have debt, you can actually you can replace it, convert it into preferred shares, retire your debt. All the 800,000 of it's all friendly. You could literally retire all of it, convert it into convertible preferred shares, and once it's convertible preferred shares, it's anti-dilutive, which means if the stock ever needed to be reversed, you would not be affected. So that's extremely powerful. And in addition to that, once it gets converted into preferred shares, it will show up on your balance sheet as an asset. So as opposed to having 800,000 in debt, like you said, it looks bad, but it's really good because it's your own money. We can turn that into an asset of $800,000 on your balance sheet because convertible preferred shares are an equity instrument. So when you retire your debt and convert it into convertible preferred shares, you can eliminate that $800,000 of debt and turn it into an $800,000 asset on your balance sheet, which you guys, the insiders, the shareholders, the owners of the company, you own that preferred share. You own that preferred instrument, which is an equity instrument, which could immediately be turned into $800,000 of equity on your balance sheet.
I like it. So my next call is going to be the accountant and our SEC attorney.
That's correct. And our friend Mr. And
that.
our friend Mr. Katam, he knows how to do that. He can help you with all of that.
Perfect.
Yeah, he's very familiar. He's very familiar. He's very familiar with the filings. He's very familiar with retiring debt and then converting it into preferred to turn a negative into a positive on your balance sheet and literally flip that 800,000 into a $800,000 positive on your balance sheet. In fact, if you actually have toxic funders that want to be players with your company, we can actually talk to them about doing it as well.
And I like the idea. Like I said, in the 20-year history of Nutra Pharma, we've never issued a preferred share. We only authorized 20 million preferred shares in 2015. And we haven't issued them yet. So it's something we definitely want to play with. It's something we want to look at, but we haven't had experience with it yet. So yeah, that's something I want to look at. Anything that's going to make the balance sheet cleaner, anything that's going to make the stock trade better is something we want to do.
Absolutely. And this will help and this will make your company look so much better. It'll eliminate the debt. And it's not really debt, like you said, because it's all held by you guys. So that's
Right.
not debt. You guys are friendly to the company. You own the company. So you're not going to just be converting and smashing the stock down. There's no benefit to you. The other advantage of creating convertible preferred shares, which if you look into it, every major company, Facebook has convertible preferred shares. Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's company, has convertible preferred shares. Every major successful company in the world operates with convertible preferred shares. However, most people that are in the microcap arena don't really understand the power of convertible preferred shares and how they are an equity instrument and how they can help you literally wipe out all of your debt. And I can't even tell you what type of press release it is when you eliminate $800,000 of debt on your balance sheet and convert it into convertible preferred shares.
Okay, I love it. I love the idea. So, like I said, I'm gonna talk to my people about that today.
Yeah, we'll help you with that. So it's not even an issue. This is what we do here, and that's the thing. It's people helping people. You help us by helping us create exposure, getting us out to your community of 3,500 shareholders, which we love. We help you by getting out to our community, which is a growing community that is on LiveMe, Facebook, and YouTube streaming daily, and is a growing community of like-minded individuals that are looking for underappreciated, undervalued, and underexposed opportunities. And we love to be able to get you on the show so that you can be transparent and give the people at home the opportunity to get to know you better, to understand your company better, and to be able to go through these waters of the microcap arena and identify why they should be interested in your company out of the 10,000 companies. And I think it's very exciting because I think considering all the great things you guys are doing, all the expansion, the fact that you have 21 patents alone, I think is extremely exciting. And one of the reasons why we love your company here at Rich TV Live, and we're going to continue to watch you, and we're going to continue to follow you, and we're going to continue to talk to you and tell your story as you grow, because I believe your company is extremely undervalued, very underappreciated, and extremely underexposed. And hopefully we can continue to tell your story, and we can continue to work together and find different ways that we can make your company that much better every single day. And that's the beauty of people working together, is we can all share ideas and talk about what we can do to improve that balance sheet, what we can do to acquire new potential assets and potential partners that might be watching right now, that might want to call you today and get in contact with you, and might want to either invest in the open market or do a joint venture with you. Think about the possibilities, Rick. Possibilities are endless.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. Obviously, we can't do a private placement for the reasons I just outlined, but certainly we're looking at some potential joint ventures, as I talked about before, to move our MS drug forward for pediatric multiple sclerosis, but also to get our products in the stores and be able to advertise them appropriately. There's plenty of room to do joint ventures with the right strategic investors. And so that's something we're looking at. I got to tell you, I love these sort of venues. We have a really sexy story. When people hear about it, I mean, in this particular interview, we didn't even talk about the fact that the raw material for our drugs is cobra venom. You know, that
That's
we
right.
actually milk cobras and use cobra venom to make our drugs. We have a sexy story. People love to talk about it. We were just on NBC News about a month ago. We're going to be on Premier Impacto News, Spanish language news, in the next month or so.
Wow.
We have a lot of really exciting things happening. We're a sexy story. We need to be told. And I really believe that the more exposure you get, the better it is for everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Is there anything else you want to leave the viewers with, the people at home that are watching? Anything else that they need to know about your company before we go?
There's, like I said, there's a lot of things happening. I want people to watch. If you go to NutraPharma.com, on the left-hand side, you can sign up to be on our distribution list. So just put in your email, so you get our press releases, you get our announcements. A lot of good things happening all the time, and I like to have that growing list. And also to the people on our list, we offer all sorts of deals. We give coupons or free products. So it's good to be on the list. So anyone who's listening, go to NutraPharma.com and get on our contact list.
NutraPharma.com. You know what? Let's take a look. What would you like to watch? What would we like to end with? We got 3 different videos here. You want to watch Pet Pain Away? Should we go to the website? What should we watch here? It's to sign off.
Let's do the Pet Pain Away video. I think they did a great job with that. It really shows how the product helps pets.
Okay, here we go. And we're going to sign off, Rick. Thank you very much, my friend. Keep winning, my friend. We'll be watching.
Thanks, Rick.
And we're going to have everybody watch this as we sign off, guys. Let's take a look.
Is your pet in pain?
I noticed Sandy was slowing down. I never thought it was because she was in pain.
If he could talk, he would tell me he was hurting.
Our pets can't tell us when they're in pain, but you can see the signs. They're moving slower and they're not as active as they once were.
When your pet is miserable, you're miserable. My dog was in so much pain she couldn't walk.
And it's just awful to see your best friend in so much pain and constantly crying.
Now you can relieve your best friend's pain with Pet Pain Away, a revolutionary, safe homeopathic treatment that's been shown to relieve pain in both dogs and cats. Made in the USA and available without a prescription for just $19.95.
He took Pet Pain Away and he got better.
I saw the difference right away.
Like a puppy again.
Your pet will benefit from the pain-relieving results of Pet Pain Away. Here's the secret. Specialized proteins and peptides quickly disrupt neurotransmitter pathways that cause joint pain and inflammation.
I feel like I've got my old friend back.
Pet Pain Away is so effective that it's recommended by renowned veterinarian Dr. Gordon.
The most impressive thing to me about Pet Pain Away, number one, works, and number two, it's safe. The dog is definitely doing better on the Pet Pain Away, and that's certainly one of the reasons that the dog is looking better. To be able to walk my dog and have him pull me the way he used to pull me when he was 2 or 3 years old.
Your pet deserves to be pain-free.
I've been a vet for over 31 years now, and I've never seen a homeopathic product work this well.
Before you try a prescription product, order Pet Pain Away today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Call or click now to receive Pet Pain Away for just $19.95.
You come home and he's greeting you at the door. I mean, that makes me feel good.
Now it's your turn to be their hero. Order Pet Pain Away today.
I want her last years to be her best years.
Is your pet in pain?
I noticed Sandy was slowing down. I never thought it was because she was in pain.
If he could talk, he would tell me he was hurting.
Our pets
All right,
are
guys.
in pain, but you can't
That's
see the
NPHC CEO Rick.
When he's miserable, you're miserable.
Give it up to NPHC.
It's just awful to see your
You
best
guys can
friend
go to the websites in the description below. We got 3 different links to 3 different sites you can take a look at. This is very exciting. This is Rich approved. NPHC.
Pet Pain Away and he got better.
I saw the difference right away.
Like a
Alright, guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. And remember, all we do is bring you winners.
Pet Pain Away is so effective that it's recommended by renowned veterinarian Dr. Gordon.
The most impressive thing to me about Pet Pain Away, number one, works, and number two, it's safe. The dog is definitely doing better on the Pet Pain Away, and that's certainly one of the reasons that the dog is looking better. To be able to walk my dog and have him pull me the way he used to pull me when he was 2 or 3 years old.
Your pet deserves to be pain-free.
I've been a vet for over 31 years now, and I've never seen a homeopathic product work this well.
Before you try a prescription product, order Pet Pain Away today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Call or click now to receive Pet Pain Away for just $19.95.